Hello again, and welcome to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's reading from Everyday Wisdom, Wayne Dyer, is: Every obstacle is an opportunity. Every obstacle is a test. And from Julia Cameron's Blessings. Oops, it's at the back of the book. The quote is from Ernest Holmes. I turn to the presence of God at the center of my being, and it is here that I discover the nature of the good which must and does reside in the back of all people and events. This is called Adversity is Misperception, as all works toward the good. I bless my perceived rival. I affirm my inner worth regardless of outcome. I affirm, too, the inner worth of my perceived rival, knowing all works together for the good. I claim for each of us the highest good. I expect the working out of our difficulties to create the best path for each of us, knowing that no one person can block my good. I surrender my sense of adversity. There is enough good for all of us. Each of us is prospered by and through each other. My perceived rival is a means to my achieving a good end. I bless my disguised friend. And from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, Richard Carlson. Surrender to the fact that life isn't fair. A friend of mine, in response to a conversation we were having about the injustices of life, asked me the question, who said life was going to be fair, or that it was even meant to be fair? Her question was a good one. It reminded me of something I was taught as a youngster. Life isn't fair. It's a bummer, but it's absolutely true. Ironically, recognizing this sobering fact can be a very liberating insight. One of the mistakes many of us make is that we feel sorry for ourselves or for others, thinking that life should be fair, or that someday it will be. It's not, and it won't. When we make this mistake, we tend to spend a lot of time wallowing and or complaining about what's wrong with life. We commiserate with others, discussing the injustices of life. It's not fair, we complain, not realizing that perhaps it was never intended to be. One of the nice things about surrendering to the fact that life isn't fair, it keeps us from feeling sorry for ourselves by encouraging us to do the very best we can with what we have. We know it's not life's job to make everything perfect. It's our own challenge. Surrendering to this fact also keeps us from feeling sorry for others, because we are reminded that everyone is dealt a different hand, and everyone has unique strengths and challenges. This insight has helped me to deal with the problems of raising 2 children, the difficult decisions I've had to make about who to help and who I can't help, as well as with my own personal struggles during those times that I have felt victimized or unfairly treated. It almost always wakes me up to the reality and puts me back on track. The fact that life isn't fair doesn't mean we shouldn't do everything in our power to improve our own lives or the world as a whole. To the contrary, it suggests that we should. When we don't recognize or admit that life isn't fair, we tend to feel pity for others and for ourselves. Pity, of course, is a self-defeating emotion that does nothing for anyone except to make everyone feel worse than they already do. When we do recognize that life isn't fair, however, we feel compassion for others and for ourselves. And compassion is a heartfelt emotion that delivers loving kindness to everyone it touches. The next time you find yourself thinking about the injustices of the world, try reminding yourself of this very basic fact. You may be surprised that it can nudge you out of self-pity and into helpful action. And today I'm just going to do one more tiny reading from Life is Messy, Matthew Kelly's book. I'm just going to read one paragraph because I think it's appropriate. Life is messy, but it isn't just a mess. Life is also wonderful. But this is the perspective that departs us when we are in the thick of the mess. We lose sight of all the good and get consumed by the turmoil we are embroiled in. We are tempted at these times to think that life will never be good again. This is the perspective that steals away our hope. The whole truth is that life is messy, but it is also wonderful and beautiful and awe-inspiring. And that's what I wanted to leave you with today, is to see the beauty around you, to see the goodness in other people, to see the beautiful world that God made for us. So I hope you have a fabulous day today, and I send you my love. Bye for now.